how can you quickly and easily tell how rare your Pokemon cards are? What are those little symbols at the bottom, and what do they even all actually mean? And which of the cards in your collection are the most sought after right now by collectors? I'm going to answer all these questions and more in our full deep dive on Pokemon card rarities. Let's start with the basics. Every Pokemon card, except energy cards, has this smallest symbol in the corner of the card. That's the rarity symbol, and it tells you how rare the card is in the pack. Here's what the symbols mean. A circle is a common card, a diamond is an uncommon card, and a star is a rare card. Every pack you open will generally have a mix of these, so you get mostly common cards, a few uncommons, and one rare card, or maybe something better. You can also get reverse holo cards with any of these rarities as well. That's essentially just the same card with a special foil on it. And modern booster packs come with 2 spots for reverse cards. However, these also have the potential of being something even more rare as well. You'll notice that most of the time the commons will generally be more basic Pokemon, while the uncommons and rares are evolutions or harder to get Pokemon, but there's really no set in stone rules on which Pokemon gets placed under which rarity. It's more of just that general idea. So where do you actually find the rarity on the card? On modern cards, you can find the rarity here in the bottom left corner next to the set number. And on the older cards, you can find the rarity symbol in the bottom right corner instead. And if you see a symbol that looks like this or another symbol entirely, you most likely have a promo card, which doesn't actually have a rarity associated with it. It's basically its own separate category. As the Pokemon TCG evolved, so did the rarities. And after the release of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire in the early 2000s, the TCG introduced ultra rare cards like Pokemon EXs, and that's where things started to get interesting. If we skip ahead to modern cards, some additional rarities include double rare, ultra rare, illustration rare, special illustration rare, and hyper rare. Double rare cards is just another word for the regular Pokemon EXs. Ultra rare cards are what we used to call Pokemon full arts, and those are just the textured full art cards. Illustration rares are new to the Scarlet and Violet era, and those are basically the full masterpiece Pokemon illustration cards. Special illustration rares are the more rare version of that, where it's essentially an illustration rare with texture on it. These are commonly EX Pokemon cards and also trainers. And hyper rare cards are another word for the gold cards. This detailed rarity system was added during the Scarlet and Violet era to help collectors quickly assess what their card's rarity is at a glance. And if you're opening Japanese cards, the card's rarity is actually shown using a completely different set of symbols. These are abbreviations like C, U, R, double R, AR, SAR, and UR, and more depending on the generation. These mean pretty much the exact same thing as ours, it's just a different symbol. And if you hear somebody use the term secret rare, that just refers to any Pokemon card in the set whose number is higher than the set total. So this card here is number 136 out of 135. In the modern sets, there are tons of secret rare cards, but when this term first started being used, there was really only like 1 to 2 secret rares per set. Oh, how time flies. So, how valuable are cards of different rarities? There are so many factors affecting a card's value, and knowing its rarity isn't a one-size-fits-all solution to knowing the card's value as well. Generally, the most sought after cards in a set are going to be the special illustration rares and the hyper rare cards, so if you have these, hold on to them tight. However, there are many instances where a regular illustration rare outshines some of the technically more rare Pokemon cards in the set, and playability in competitive TCG also affects its value, even if it's not technically a super hard to get card. If the demand is high and everyone wants that card in their deck, then of course the value of the card is going to be high at that time as well. So that's why you'll see a Fezandipity EX card be worth $15 and its other EX comrades from the same set be worth about 50 cents a piece. It's your basic supply and demand. There are obviously other factors that make a card more rare that aren't directly tied to the rarity symbol. For example, a Pokemon promo card that was very hard to get, or a Pokemon error card where something was printed incorrectly on the card, even if that card itself may have started out as just a comment. So, moral of the story, rarity does not always equal the specific value, but it is a good place to start your research. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and stay tuned for more Pokemon videos from eBay.